regenerate the nation, regenerate the nation, regenerate the nation, regenerate the nation, regenerate the nation. Is this generation? We revert. Is this generation? We revert. Is this generation? We revert. Need some air, need to get some air. Fresh and clean like January. Here's that credit, itinerary. Playing the game, get your referee. Victory is necessary. I draw ones like itinerary, but you know me, I keep it clean. I don't like doing things I don't really mean. That's my team, squad or win. We don't give a red, blue, green. Kicking out the doors and we get you seen. I'm gonna be your trip supreme. Scream for the dream, dope clean, spin a wheel, I stitch your seam. So what you mean? So what if I want the world to gleam? Part of the team, you're part of the team.
Good evening, everyone. If you're ready, we'll start with a press conference after the match. Maccabi Fox Tel Aviv, coach.
Thank you very much. I would like to congratulate Real Madrid and Pablo Lasso for this win. I think they were a better team tonight. They played more consistently. We had a great first quarter, offensively, of course, not defensively. But it was very difficult for us to play 40 minutes with such short rotation we had tonight. I think third quarter we had one bad moment when we changed our starters, and they take advantage of that. And at the end, they won the game. They were a better team.
Questions for the coach? Please identify yourself and the company that you represent. Thank you. Javier Rodriguez, Planeta ACB. It should be difficult to think about the second half when all the players from the opponent team contribute. It was all of them playing together.
One of the best roster in the league, and I know even they missed outstanding players, they still be good. Yeah, that's the life of Real Madrid, and right now they're really playing great basketball. We have, like I told you, we try, but it couldn't work, and we have to thinking about the next one. Hope at least one of my players gonna come back for the next game, and to try to keep that game more consistent.
More questions for the coach? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
goes on. The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee. La-da-da-da-da. Charleston was once the rage, History has turned a page, The miniskirts, the current thing, Teeny Bopper is our newborn king, And the beat goes on. The beat goes on. The drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee. La-da-da-da-da. The grocery store, the supermarket. Little girls still break their hearts, And men still keep on marching off to war. Electrically they keep a baseball score. And the beat goes on. The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee. La-da-da-da-da. Grandmas sit in chairs and reminisce. Boys keep chasing girls to get a kiss. The cars keep a-going faster all the time.
Good evening, everyone. Again, we start the press conference after the match as usual with the assessment from Pablo Lasso and then questions. I think there were two quite different parts. On the first one, we were kind of behind them. They were quite good. But we were missing a bit of a point in the defense. On the one-on-one, they were generating a lot. We knew that. They were quite dangerous in that style of game. And that being right from then didn't actually allow us to break the match, and we were even behind. After the half-time, we were a bit more defensive. We were better. They're being tired. Our rotation made us, especially in the third quarter, to have an advantage that we kind of maintained quite well and enlarged even. And in the last few minutes, we had a feeling that we wanted to maintain the advantage for the average. It's true that we were at least a bit less fresh at the end, which is normal, but in general I think there were some people that contributed a lot when they were playing, and I'm happy because of the win, and I would like to congratulate the guys for the effort. Jose Martinez, Bernabeu.com. Pablo, I would like to talk about Santi Justa. He was part of the starting five, and he was kind of the least. Is it physical problem, or you think that he's the player that represents that attitude that we were saying about Felipe Reigns of winning the T-shirt every day? Santi's quite well, and you ask because he was quite good on the attack, but Santi's work is a lot more dark than you can say. No one was asking about Ronchel. He was 0 points. Numbers really don't tell me a lot. If someone scores 35 points and 20 rebounds, of course I will have to say that's very good, but numbers for me are not important. I understand you ask about Santi, but Santi plays well every day for me. With the same heart, he knows the opportunity he has about playing in Real Madrid. He won that, and he's getting that quite well. I think as a starting five, he's doing a lot, and I'm quite happy because I know that when I have to count on him, it seems that it's because of a gift, and it's not that he earns everything he gets. Today was better on the attack, but the match was quite good. He didn't play again, but I'm not worried because we're in a situation where we are playing matches in less than 48 hours quite often, and everyone has to be ready. So when you read a bit the minutes, the one who played most, I see, was Facu that went to 24, but all of them played above 10 minutes except Jason. So I'm happy because I can maintain that, and I have the feeling that everyone that goes to the field contributes. Luis Alberto Reyes for 24 segundos en blanco. Sergio Scariolo was saying after that it was one of the most important wins of his career as a coach. How do you identify with this streak of victories with Real Madrid? Because with all the injuries, we have the fifth that can be the starting five and the final four. So is this the most important winnings in your career, although they're not translating into titles? Nope. No, I'm really happy because of the teamwork. And I'm not very much, I don't look at the results. Sometimes I win and I'm not happy, and sometimes I lose and I'm unhappy. So I don't think a lot about the results, especially at this moment of the competition when I think that we have to keep on growing as a team and sort of survive. And I heard some of you to survive a very demanding schedule with players coming in and out, and that's quite difficult. I'm very proud of the guys, but it's not what comforts me. What I want is for the team to keep on improving and growing. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what Escariolo says in a different context that I'm not about. It's more a question for Escariolo than for myself. From Ser Madridista, you were talking on the previous press conference of the importance of working as a team. So if you're happy with that work from your guys, and can you tell me something about Randolph, how his injury is? In general, I think we have 5 double figures players, but the feeling that everyone that went out to the field contributes. Carroll, everyone thinks about his 3 points, an offensive match. Jackson was quite important. He twisted his ankle. Let's see how he develops. Therefore, I'm very happy with everyone's work. This is what makes a team great, knowing that everyone is ready to contribute with things to the group. Regarding Randolph, it was more a stress fracture. Last week, I believe, he tried to train by himself, and the day that he stressed it a bit more, he was not okay. We thought we were going to have him back for this day. It is a bit longer, and we don't want to force a situation when he can get injured again. So we're going to be positive, and we're going to think that it's just not long until he gets back. But I cannot tell you, he's not working with the group yet. Obviously, he feels better. The doctor is saying that the tests are quite positive, but at the end of the day, we're talking about a player with an injury on his foot, and he's been stopped for a month and a half. So it's going to be difficult. We want to have him as soon as possible, but he's going to need some time to recover. Pablo Javier Rodriguez, Planeta ACB. Facu was saying yesterday that something that is not negotiated is the attitude, and quite often, now that people are saying Real Madrid is playing quite well, and maybe in that moment we should see that we're not playing that good and to look at the mistakes. I don't know if it's difficult to get right now to assess Real Madrid level, if you're expecting to find them like this, or if you can take the breakout from the players, because the last quarter was a group effort that is kind of difficult to see. So were you expecting that, this performance from your players? I think that what the team understood quite well is the feeling that they are all important and necessary and needed. So if you start in August, we lost quite an important player back in August, and during the season we lost others. Today we saw a team now that with this demanding schedule, 2 of the important players did not play. So we have to accept that. Regarding the schedule and all that, that's quite a long story. But regarding my team, I had a lot of confidence on the players that could enlarge our staff. Dino, Santi, having all positions covered. Machulis playing quite well. Tompkins is playing as well. So the team knew how to find the best moment for the first position, in spite of the problems that has originated because of the players coming in and out. So you have 5 players and you can play, but we have to play and compete at the same time. So I'm very happy with the response from all my players. I'm really, really happy. Unfortunately, as a coach, I'm very demanding, and probably I'm talking about this and I'm talking about the things that we could improve. But it stood out in the last quarter, for instance, not being so fresh. We were able to find the best situations. Rudy didn't have a good offensive time in the first quarter, and he was key in the reaction with the 2 3-pointers. And the players find the moment no matter how long they play. And that's important for what I'm always saying, which is the team growing throughout the season. I hope we get all of them back, and I hope all of them can get into the dynamics. It's not easy, but I'm really happy how the team is responding right now. Hello, Pablo. Nicolas Diaz from Real Madrid Television. We were talking yesterday on the previous press conference the importance of the fans being happy, and in many parts of the match, do you notice how the fans enjoy it with you? And I would like to ask you about an assessment regarding the match and Facundo Campasso performance and Eddie Tavares match, because Maccabi was here as a team with more rebounds and blocks, and Eddie was important in both aspects. Okay, I'll start from the back to the front. I think Eddie was his best match regarding numbers. His best match for me was in Germany. But Eddie provides a defensive dimension that we need to accept, not because of what Eddie does, but because of what we need to do when he is on the field. From the defensive and the offensive point of view, his numbers are very good. 10 points, 3 rebounds, blocks in 23 minutes, so very good. But I think the defensive feeling from the team in general is to accept the players we have and to learn how to play together. I think we improved that a lot with Eddie and Eddie with the team. Regarding Facu, I don't have a lot to say. I think Facu is playing in an impressive way for the whole season. Quite impressive. I think he's a player who's taking the team quite well. He's providing a lot of energy. He did quite well today, but I have the feeling that he's guiding us. He's guiding us. I was hearing him after the match with Vitoria, and he's transmitting a lot to the team. We're really happy with what he's contributing to. He's a player that we know very well. He's been here. He won the Copa, the Liga in Europe. He grew as a player. He was low and he grew as a player, and he's contributing a lot, and we are very happy about it. Regarding the fans, for us the fans are key. What we want is for the people coming to the Palace to enjoy with the team, suffer with the team. That's difficult to say, but to suffer with the team as we suffered in the first half, but people supported us, and when we move forward, they are the ones pushing us. And we know it's quite important to maintain the Palace. They're always winning. We want people to be identified with the team, and I'm really proud how people are supporting us every day. And I'm demanding with the team, knowing that our fans expect the best from us. What have you said, Felipe, after that, coast to coast? Well, I didn't say anything, because what I did was to congratulate Taylor on the previous defense, because Taylor was the one provoking the whole play. It was a wonderful one-on-one with Bartolomeo. He covered him, and in the fast break, Felipe was quite smart, and he was playing with Rudy, being covered, and Felipe keeps surprising. If he can do that, we have no problems, not even with guards. Felipe can be a guard, he will warned. Okay, thank you.